there's a difference between being an independent label and being a major label.
लोगों ने यहाँ पे पूरी नहीं देखनी है तो बाद में देख लेंगे। वो आकाश नाम आभास क्या नाम है सब डाल देंगे यार।
जल्दी से लाइक और शेयर बनता है दबा के लाइक और शेयर ठोक दे महाकाल के आशीर्वाद से।
Begin with, tell me about Bag Leke Gul. I heard that track and it's very peppy, very nice number. Tell me about the collaboration.
Oh, so Bag Leke Gul was basically a Divine song, and I'm featuring on it. This actually happened a few months ago. I was in Bombay before this whole COVID situation, and I was in Bombay, and we were in a studio together, and he played me along with a couple of others. But we just heard this track, and I think he thought that my vibe would like kind of sit well on that track. So he said, "Oh, do you want to get on this?" So I was like, "Yeah, for sure." Like he's a really good as well. So yeah, that song I think. And but when we recorded that song, he had already had his part. I had to record my song like in this time at home. So so that kind of that's how it happened.
Tell me about the composition. How did you work on it? What was it like?
So that song was actually most of it was already done on his part. So he had already done a studio session and recorded all his parts. And basically it was just my part happened later, where I sort of recorded it home and sent it to him. But most of the track and the idea of the track was already made. It was made before this whole lockdown situation happened. So yeah, that was it. Just I think it turned out really well. It just came out as a lyrical video, obviously, because we can't shoot right now. But I think we also plan to work on something soon where we can even shoot a video and stuff like that. I've been writing actually. I was working on my album and stuff. The album also got delayed because of this whole COVID situation, because no studio has been open. Shooting hasn't happened. So it's just everything is just like whatever that was planned before this corona thing happened, just got back so much. And but I'm working on and doing whatever I can in the meantime. I actually have a song coming out soon, maybe in the next 10 days. I'll announce it in the coming week, where I've tried to like sort of get out of this one zone and try and go into another zone. And I mean, I don't know how people will receive it. I think people need to just calm down with their fanaticism in terms of liking rappers and liking there are people that will like me and be very hard-headed about it. There'll be people who like another rapper and be very hard-headed about it. And I think that's where I think our industry kind of lacks, because outside of this country, so rap is like very competitive in nature, right? So every rapper is saying that they are the best rapper, and you can challenge someone or do whatever you want, right? But my thing is that when this happens, fans might have disagreements amongst each other, but they are not like so like rabid, like, oh my god, this is the only guy and there's no other guy, So I think that is a very weird environment in hip hop right now in India, and I think it's a growing process. It's fine, but I think that is what needs to change. People need to start just opening their mind up a little more and just being open to other stuff and other artists.
But how do you handle criticism or the hate, to put it in a blunt way, that comes to you? How do you handle that?
Actually, the thing is that it's funny. I feel like I am of the opinion that a lot of negativity towards an artist is created by not the artist but by their fans. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's really what ends up happening, and I feel I try and control myself a lot, but sometimes I feel like just like laughing and doing whatever the other person or these guys are doing or the other person is doing or the other rapper is doing. I feel like doing it too. I'm like, hey, like if I was a normal person, I would do this, So I kind of do this, and then people get upset about it, and it's just a vicious cycle. But I really don't mean any like harm by it. I'm just giving people what they want sometimes, you know, and it's not really, I don't hate anybody like that. So it's just playing around, and I'm okay with receiving it also. I know it's part of the package, and I know what I've signed up for. So if I get that hate, then it's fine.
If rappers are earning enough in our country, what would you say?
I certainly am. I can't say for like everyone else, but I think so. I mean, now is not some time ago when rap was like very tough, and you know, people were not getting deals and shows and stuff. Now everyone's getting, not everyone, but people who are established are doing pretty well now. So
how has Raftaar played a role in your career and in life as well?
Raftaar was so I met him in 2000 and I think 16. I think I met him in 2016, and in 2017 I met Ankit, who is obviously partners. So that kind of, so there it began. When, and funnily enough, our first sort of, after our first interaction, the second or third interaction was actually him coming to shoot a video for me, a song called Woofer and then I'm Ready. So it kind of went from there to there. So it was like quite a quick sort of, you know, transition from actually meeting him for the first time, and from then to suddenly being, you know, doing a song with him and being in a video with him. So that kind of transition was really quick. And then after that, obviously, we worked quite closely together for now 3 years, and maybe more than 3 years now. And our friendship has also grown, and we talk to each other about stuff generally, aside from rap as well. And yeah, so I think he's helped me in terms of, when we did I'm Ready, he was already pretty established and all of that, and I was just returning back to the scene. Before that, I'd taken a break and I had returned back to the scene, so like that kind of obviously helped me in terms of visibility and all of that.
You know, what is your preference? If I would ask, I will put it this way: to be associated with a label, or to have a YouTube channel of your own where you are putting out content that you want to put out.
It honestly, it depends on what label you're on and how they're. There's a difference between being an independent label and being a major label. Being an independent label, I think I am free to take my decision in terms of, oh, I want to do this and I want to release it at this time. So I can, you know, it's not like, oh, I have to call this manager and then manager is going to call the CEO, and then, you know, it's not like that. I'm actually not even sure if it's like that in major labels anymore. But yes, in major labels, there is a backlog and there is a roster. So there is like, oh, this ka gana release hoga, uska gana release hoga, you know, so there's a schedule and all of that. With a smaller setup like ours, there's no real formal way of working, like, oh, I'm going to send them my song and are they going to like, are they going to release it then? You know, it's not like that, because we are mostly always on the same page in terms of what we want to do, the direction we want to go. And you know what? I think if an artist works and if an artist is doing well, I don't think, like I heard this in a 50 Cent interview. He said, you know, he was talking about Eminem, and he said, like, when Eminem was selling 100 million, like, I don't know, 100 million, 10 million, whatever, 10 million copies, you know, at that point, everyone wants to do what you want to do. They are not concerned about what they want to do. Because you're selling that amount of there, you're working and you're doing that well, everyone is going to come around and want to do what you're doing.
True.
Because you feel that what you're doing is working and is right. Right? Those questions arise in situations where, you know, when you're unsure and when you don't know what you're doing, and, you know, or if you're on a major label, or it's like, it's a very different, I feel, I think today, in today's day and age, kids should not focus so much on, oh, am I going to just have a YouTube channel and that's how I'm going to make this career, or am I going to sign to a label? The thing is that whatever works for you, if you can make money, if you can do this, and if you can support your life doing music, it doesn't matter how you're supporting it, right? You can go to a label, you can do it individually, you can do it independently, you can do it at the indie label, you can do it at a major label, whatever, you know. I think that's an artist's decision to take. Anything new?
Yeah.
I can't hear anything new that I'm doing with him, but there is something like I'm not like, so there is, we have something and we made a track and it is coming like really soon. So I think people should wait for it.
So, can you give us any clue on what sort of rap you're going to release soon for the fans? Any clue, like the genre or the
So the genre is always going to be hip hop, but as I said earlier, it's a song it's not a very hardcore sounding song. It's not what people will probably expect. It's a little it's a mixture of, it's a soft plus it has meaning. So I think it's just somewhere in the middle, but it's not like my hardcore stuff. It's not though that after that maybe yes, one more track after that, but for now the next track is going to be like that.
यार लाइक शेयर बनता है, जोड़िए, ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा आपके लिए, फटाफट यार मेरे, अगर चाहिए तुझे बात तो तैयार था, चार तलवार की रहे साथ मेरे, करता है तू बड़ी बड़ी बातें कि मैंने देखे सारे जज्बात तेरे, अंधेरी रात में तेरी बंदी के साथ होती मुलाकात मेरे, उसके साथ दूंगा साथ तेरे।